It was the Romans who first built the long straight road thrusting out from Amiens through Albert to Bapaume, swinging north to Arras and westward to the coast. Now the autoroute speeds down from Calais, swirls into a tangle of highways round Luz and Lens, swoops past the Vimy Ridge and round Arras, vibrating under the wheels of fast cars and Eurolorries streaming south to Paris and beyond. In summer, when the stream of traffic swells to a river, the Euro driver, keeping an ill-humoured eye on his wing mirror, is moved a dozen times an hour to curse certain motorcars, half blinded by their right-hand drives in their wavering attempts to overtake his juggernaut, and shrugs with Gallic resignation as the British registration plates squeeze by. Past Arras, for the first time since leaving Calais, a driver can relax. The confusion of signboards disappear. The road runs straight. The landscape opens out into a sweep of downs and valleys and, on rising ground to the west, a scattering of copses and villages with the distant spires of country churches half hidden by clumps of trees. Curious map-reading passengers can easily identify them. Gerdcourt, Fleur, Leboeuf, Morval, Comble, and may observe with idle interest that the river soon to be bridged is the river Somme. But they would have to be quick with the Michelin. At motorway speed, it takes at most 12 minutes to cover the 25 kilometres from the exit at Bapaume to the exit at Estrée. Between them, the highway with singular precision swings across the eastern limits of the battlefield of the Somme. The village of Estrée, at the end of the line attacked by the French army, was the first and most southerly objective on the first day of the battle. The British objective was the small town of Bapaume. In 5 months of almost continuous fighting, they struggled towards it through the summer and autumn of 1916. 150,000 men died. In the end, when the battle itself died out in the November chill and the slough in front of Gerdcourt, Flers, Leboeuf, Morval, Comble, they had not quite managed to get there. Later, when it was long over, everyone remembered the birdsong. Doves, cooing beneath the eaves of a shell-racked barn, the faint chirrup of a lark that still, astoundingly, wheeled in the clear sky, far beyond the reach of shot or shrapnel. The song of a nightingale when the guns fell briefly silent, and, in the beginning, the endless cawing of rooks in the high trees along the springtime roads of Picardy as the soldiers marched along them in an endless khaki tide. They were marching towards the Battle of the Somme. But that name, with its tragic connotations, destined to ring hollow down the years, had not yet been coined. The soldiers preparing for the fight called it the Big Push. Very few of them were soldiers at all. They were shop assistants, clerks, artisans, aristocrats, butchers, errand boys, farmers, schoolmasters, miners, grocers, sheep shearers, bankers. But they were united by a simple resolve to put the Germans in their place once and for all. That place, in the universal opinion of the British Tommies, was well below the salt in a world where few would have disputed the right of Great Britain, attended by her empire, to occupy the head of the table. Pouring into the Somme, marching to and from the training grounds, moving wholesale from billets in one indistinguishable French village, only to tramp in apparently aimless circles to another, the infantry were glad, on the whole, to be on the move.